So a client of mine made a mistake when they were actually going to work with us, and this opened my eyes into a whole new world of getting more clients. So this is not a pitch what I'm going to tell you, but we work with accountants to help them get more clients, and this specific client that I'm talking about now, he actually by accident connected his Google My Business account with our CRM system. The results were pretty surprising. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what Google My Business, aka 5-star Google reviews, can actually do for your business. Because I firsthand have seen the results that they were getting, and we tracked every single thing again by accident. So yeah, it was pretty shocking with how many results they were getting and new clients are getting just organically without paying for it using Google reviews. So I'll first quickly introduce myself. My name is Daan. I'm the owner of Accounting Kings, where we work with accountants to help them get more higher revenue tax and or accounting clients. And I create these videos because I know that there are so many accountants that have a really great service. They can really help a lot of small, medium-sized business owners grow their business faster. But they simply don't really know how to get more clients for their business, which is unfortunate because they can provide a lot of value to those business owners. So as I said earlier, I've worked with an accounting firm, and it was the goal to get more clients using paid advertising. And they by accident connected their Google My Business with our CRM system. So every single call that was generated from Google My Business landed in the CRM. And what we have found is that every single day they were getting at least 3 calls. This is for working days, by the way. So they were getting at least 15 calls per week from actual clients, but also potential clients. And then we created a spreadsheet and we actually looked at how many of those calls were current clients, because of course they also Google you and they actually use Google My Business to get in touch with you, and how many of them are potential clients. And we have seen that 1/3 of the calls were from potential clients. So every single day they were getting calls from people that were actually looking for new services, which was entirely free. The only thing that they needed to do was just have a lot of 5-star reviews. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how to get them, but also why it is important, and a couple of strategies that you need to implement to make this more profitable for your firm. So something that you actually need to realize, that if you are in need of an accountant, first of course you ask your network. You will ask friends, family members, or maybe like people in your networking group that also own a business, maybe in the same industry. Do you know a good accountant? If they then don't find someone, or the people or the person looking for an accountant, they also want to just go online, maybe they want to talk with multiple accountants, then you go to Google. So getting 5-star reviews is basically the whole organic opening to reaching those type of people. So when you are actually looking for an accountant and you go to Google, of course you will also see ads, but there are people that are not really clicking on those ads and directly go to the 5-star reviews. And sometimes people actually also use Google Maps to look for a local accountant, and then they also directly see the reviews. You win at the game with 5-star Google reviews if you are simply in the top 3 of accounting firms. So you need to have the most reviews of all of them. So if you live in a city like New York City, where there are a lot of accountants, you need about 350 5-star reviews, which is quite a lot, but you will also get more calls from it. The more reviews you get in a bigger city, the more potential clients you actually get from the 5-star reviews that you currently have. You win at the game of Google My Business and reviews by having the most reviews. It's really important that you actually understand that, because I also talk with accountants that say, yes, I want to get more 5-star reviews, which is always a good idea with any single platform, even if you use Yelp or Trustpilot or whatever. It's always a good idea to ask for 5-star reviews, but if you want to get 5-star reviews to get more interactions, phone calls and form fills from it, then you only win at the game if you have more reviews than your competitors. Because if you are thinking about it and you are a business owner, for example, doing a search for an accountant, you're not going to scroll down. You're going to look for the first couple of reviews, and then you are going to call the first 3 people probably. If you are going to ask the question, how many reviews do I actually need to get to make this profitable for me? It's more reviews than your competitor. So again, if you are in New York City, for example, where you need about 400 reviews, you better get to work now, because it is going to take you a little bit before you are on top. But if you are in the middle of nowhere, for example, you just probably need to get like 30, 40, 5-star reviews to be on top. Of course, there are also less people looking for an accountant in that area, but it's still enough to actually make a lot of money from the reviews alone. I also sometimes get the question, how does it actually work if you work digitally? If you work virtual only, then still say that you work in a specific state to actually get the 5-star reviews. This is something that Google does, and I'll explain this in a bit later on in this video. But it's still possible if you work 100% digitally. So for example, with my business, since we work with the US but also Canada, I cannot use Google My Business because I work with different countries. But if you are 100% digital and you still want to get 5-star Google reviews, tell them that you mainly practice in one state. You can still take on clients from different states, but Google needs to know where the majority of your business is coming from, and they only allow that you actually bid more local, and they still accept statewide if you just say, yes, this is the majority of our business, but you can still work with people. For example, if you are in Texas, you can still take on clients that are from New York or are from California, for example. Even if you work digitally, you can still get those 5-star reviews. And it's so important that you directly start with getting the reviews, because over time, the work is going to compound and is going to add up. And then if you are on top of the reviews in your local area, you will literally be able to get a meeting with a potential client every single day. One thing that is very important though, people that are going to do a search for an accountant and go to the review section on Google, they will give the first accountant a call. If you do not pick up the call directly, they will go to the second one. If that person doesn't pick up the call, they will go to the third one. You can only win with 5-star Google reviews. 1, if you have the most reviews. 2, if you are actually able to pick up those calls. So I recorded a video a few weeks ago about AI taking incoming calls, which is really helpful. AI is simply going to schedule the meeting for you. But if you don't want to do all the technical stuff, make sure that at least you have some form of automation to make sure that you actually capture the call in some form of system, so that you can always call them back and send them an SMS message directly. Hey, if I did not pick up, I will call you back, promise you. If you have a question, let me know now over text. That also really helps, because you want to keep the people actually engaged. That's so important that even if you have 500 5-star reviews, you're not picking up the calls and you're not getting back to the leads, you are still going to lose from your competitor, because even if they get 50% of the calls and the interactions from the reviews as you, but you only manage to book 10% of the interactions into appointments and they manage to book 100%, they will still make more profit from the reviews. So those are the 2 things that you really need to get right. Get the most reviews, that's 1. You will not be able to actually turn those reviews and interactions that you get from the reviews into money if you are not able to pick up the phone and book those people and bring them in your office or a Zoom meeting to actually sell them your services. Another big benefit from getting clients from the 5-star reviews that you have on Google is that they already trust you a little bit more. So let's say that you get a meeting with a potential client that you met on the street, for example. I've heard of accountants that just go to business owners because they hear them talk about business and they say, hey, do you need an accountant? And then you have a conversation with them and they come into your office or a Zoom meeting. But they don't really trust you that much, because sure, you've talked with them, but they don't know that your service is a really good service, which literally is the 5-star service. If you get appointments and interactions with potential clients from the 5-star reviews, they know that people already trust you and they know that people have a great experience with your services, which means that they will also trust you more. So the sale will actually also be easier to make because there is already some base form of trust. And the chances of them actually going to another accountant is also smaller because they all also know that you are the highest rated accountant in the area. And why would you actually go to the second option, quite literally, if you are hiring an accountant? Because hiring an accountant is such an important role to actually hire, since there's a lot of trust involved. So the sale is also a little easier. Another big benefit actually from getting 5-star reviews is that the reviews that you will get, for example, on Google, or I recommend Google, you can also get them on Yelp, but Google is used more. The reviews that you get on Google, you can also put them in your ads, in your landing page or your website, or literally just print them out and put them on the wall in the room where you are doing the sales conversations. You can use the same reviews and the same text in your ads and actually on your website, so that people can actually also see over there that people have a good experience with your services. So you can distribute the same review in other channels to again get more trust and get people to actually interact with you over someone else. It's also important that you don't just stop with the reviews, the text reviews that you will get on Google. It's also still important to actually get video testimonials because a review can also be fake, let's be honest. Although Google is doing a really good job with the verifying every single reviewer, with a testimonial, video testimonial with like the name, the business name cannot be faked. So even Google is doing a really good job, to be honest, with verifying the reviews. It also helps to not stop only with the written reviews and the text reviews that you get, but also get testimonials, actual videos of you interviewing a client or just of your client in their business talking about a good experience with you and working with you as an accountant. Don't get comfortable with just the 5-star reviews, but also make sure you're taking a step further with actually getting a video from your client. This video from the clients is not really to get the leads. That's really the job if you are talking about 5-star Google reviews. It's the main job from the review to actually be on top so that you get the most interactions. But then if they do not call and decide to actually go on your website and they see a testimonial, it again increases trust and again increases the chances of them reaching out to you over your next door competitor. Now there are a couple of practical ways to actually get the reviews. Number one, which is kind of the easiest way to get the reviews, is just directly asking actually your clients when you have delivered the service. So let's say you have done the bookkeeping for this month and you want to just tell the client, hey, we have done this and we found this. Maybe you sometimes send like a quarterly summary of everything you've done. If you have delivered the service, directly ask for a review. So you simply send the link to the client in the email, for example, hey, we've done the service for you, do you mind leaving me a review? That works really well, and you need to really make a habit of asking for those reviews. And something else that you need to remember is that sometimes people, they will tell you, yes, I will leave a review, but then life happens and they forget it. Something that works really well, which a client of mine is actually doing, they have printed a QR code with the link to their Google My Business page, and then every time a client is in the office, they will give them the QR code so that they can actually scan this with their smartphone and leave a review there and then. Because if you're going to tell someone, hey, can you leave a review? And they say yes, and then you give them the QR code and they actually need to do it in front of you, they're not going to forget it. And they're probably also not going to leave a bad review because you're standing in front of them. So that's the strategy that you can implement. Another very easy way to get more reviews is to have the review link in the signature of your email. I was actually talking to an accountant and he had a couple hundred 5-star reviews where he was actually saying, well, it's kind of automated for me because in the signature of his email, of course, you have probably like your photo and like the phone number of people who can call you. But he also has a link in there that says, we really appreciate you leaving a 5-star review. You can leave a 5-star review here. And then you automatically in every single email ask people to actually leave 5-star reviews. So it's kind of an autopilot. You just need to make sure that you have it in your signature and that you keep sending emails to your clients, which of course you are. And then those emails will also pile up. So it takes some time to be on top of the 5-star reviews in your local area. But that's not a very easy way to get those 5-star reviews. Another very easy way where you can actually get more reviews is to just have a button on your website. For example, if you have a login thing to the portal on your website for current clients, just under this button to actually log in, have a button that actually says leave a 5-star Google review. Again, just make sure that it's in a place where current clients have a lot of interaction with. So for example, on the top right of your website, you have a login section for current clients. Make sure that somewhere you have a button for leaving a 5-star Google review. That is kind of the same as the email signature. You just want to make sure that you ask for the reviews in a place where all your current clients are, which of course is in your email and in the login to the client portal section. Another strategy that we implement with some of our clients is where we just send out a bulk email or SMS to their current clients requesting to leave a 5-star Google review. This is a really easy way to actually get more reviews at once. Some of the people, they are kind of scared that it looks like it's a robot that's actually leaving a review. So let's say that you now have 30 reviews from your current clients, like legit reviews, but all of them came at the same time. Some people think that other people will think that it's a robot, which I kind of understand, but over time, you can actually not see when the review was placed. So for example, if I look at the Google My Business page of a client of mine, and he got the reviews a year ago, it will say review left a year ago, for example. So it doesn't really matter if they now get a review on January 1st or December 31st. in terms of it is all a year ago, so it will just say a year ago. And it's the same thing with if I get 100 reviews on the same day, a year from now it will still say a year ago. And a lot of the people, let's be honest, they don't study your website or Google My Business too much when they decide to actually give you a phone call. So maybe they just see, okay, well, he has a bunch of 5-star reviews, I'm going to give a call. They're not really going to take a look at when did the person leave the review. You can actually get so much more out of your Google My Business if you just get as many 5-star reviews as possible this season. So whenever you are filing the taxes for your individual or business clients, for example, but you probably have more individual clients, directly ask for a 5-star review, because in the eyes of Google and also the person reading the reviews, they don't really make a difference in how much value you actually provided. They make a difference in the satisfaction of the client. So even if you have like a tax filing job which took you an hour, you can still get a 5-star review versus you have done a really good big cleanup job for a very big business which took you weeks and they also leave a 5-star review. The value of the review is the same to the person actually reading it. If you think, well, I'm only going to ask 5-star reviews for my business clients, that's also kind of a ways that you actually can do, because in the eyes of the people actually taking a look at who has the most reviews, they're not going to differentiate which person was an individual and which person was a business owner, because they cannot differentiate, because they can only read, okay, well, he did a great job, but that's something that almost everybody is going to write. So make sure that during this tax season, or if you're watching this video 10 years from now, the following tax season, to every single client, send the link in the ways that I've mentioned before to get those reviews, and actually make sure you have the infrastructure to take the incoming calls, to send an SMS message, or to call back to people, so that you are not the type of person that is saying I have the most reviews but I'm not following up on the leads and not actually making money from it. So what I will actually do in the description of the video, I will put a link for you that you can click on to actually create your Google My Business. It's very easy to follow. Google is simply going to tell you what information they need from you so that you can make your Google My Business account, and then just start sending the link to leave reviews to as many people you know. It can be past clients from 10 years ago. Like, as long as they had a great experience with you and they are going to leave a 5-star review, just ask them. And then over time, you will see if you are basically getting more reviews from your competitors, you will be on top of the organic search, and it will basically be an automatic appointment booking machine. This is what I have seen with the client that I was talking about earlier. They by accident connected their Google My Business instead of their ad accounts, and the results were insane. I hope this kind of opened your eyes and kind of triggered you again to get more reviews. If you have a lot of reviews right now already, that you are going to actually take a look, do we have the infrastructure to get all of the potential out of all the interactions with those potential clients? That's it for this video. If you are an accountant, you want to get more small, medium-sized business owner, tax and accounting clients, there's a link in the description. You can click on it where you can book a free, no obligation growth session with me or someone from my team, where we are going to review your marketing strategies and going to give you some tips and see how we can potentially help you. But you don't have to. I make these videos for free because I genuinely want you to actually make more money as an accountant. So if you got some value from it, make sure to leave a like and comment if you have any specific questions. Subscribe if you don't want to miss any videos, and subscribe if you do not want to miss any future videos. And again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.